podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports, let go, show recaps, predictions, sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports, let go.
What is going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP Show, and we are live again. Just seen you guys not even 2 hours ago, or a little over 2 hours ago. Very good stream with me and the CEO of DWE Miami the Great, as we covered the divisional round playoffs from the NFL. So if you guys missed it, it was on X, my X, Miami's X, or on my YouTube channel. You can always go back and take a look at it and watch it. I did miss the first 10 minutes of NXT tonight. So I had to go back and rewatch it. That's why I kind of just fast forward to commercials and stuff like that. So we started early tonight. I've been running late lately, so I figured that we would go ahead and start early tonight. I need to let people know that we're live. I completely forgot to do that. That's crazy. I see that they're already planning an Unreal Season 3. That's going to be it's going to be a focused on John Cena's retirement tour, which I kind of had a feeling that they were going to do that. Well, that makes sense. Give it a few minutes for some people to stroll on in. Hope you guys enjoyed your Tuesday. I need to post on X. Sorry, guys. Gotta get some people in here. Oh, my NXT shows are always so dead. This is the one show that's like always so dead. I guess there's not a lot. I thought a lot of people watched NXT, but I guess not. Just a few more minutes, guys, and we'll be getting started. All right. Well, people are just going to have to catch up, I guess. Let's see. Get the notes back out. All right, guys, welcome to the NXT Recap Show. Sorry for the little delay. Just trying to get some people in here. Didn't want to see a blank screen with no viewers, but thanks for the ones that are tuning in to the EVP show, the NXT recap. This show seems to struggle every week. I don't know why, because NXT is like really hot. But that's why I do it like right after the show. Yeah, tonight was a good show. I feel like since Obafemi is off of TV, like I don't know. There's just a lot. It's NXT is going in a lot of different directions right now. As far as like the unknown, obviously now we've seen tonight that Saruka and Zarya won the number one contenders match, and they will be going on to face they'll be going for the TNA Women's Tag Knockout Championship. So are they going to bring that back to NXT? I don't know. It's a very high possibility. So obviously we are live. Our NXT is live from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. Tonight we're going to see the NXT North American Champion and AAA one half of the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champion, All Ego Ethan Page, defend his WWE NXT North American Championship against the newly signed to NXT Elio LaFour. And that was a pretty good match. I was definitely impressed with Elio. Plus we're gonna get Zarya and Saruka versus Ren QCC, Ren Sinclair, and WWE Evolve Women's Champion Kendall Gray going up against it's a triple threat with going up against Fatal Influence WWE Women's Speed Champion Fallon Henley and Lady Reed. Face each other in a TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship Triple Threat number one contenders match. So look forward to that. That was a good match. I was not really surprised by the winner on that. To be honest with you, I really wasn't. Not at all. It was a good match though. But they're still showing a lot of friction. Like I'm sick of it. Like NXT has been doing this for a while. With the Saruka Zarya thing, it's like back and forth. Like for a few weeks, like they seem to be on each other's team. Like, and then they start. Then they start like teasing the heel turn or the breakup. And so yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with them too. Like they can't make their mind up for sure. Shout out to DW Replays for reposting the stream. All right, so let's get it started tonight. So the show opens up with NXT General Manager Ava telling security that Tony D is not the person she knew. Ava says she put up some things to stop him tonight, but she tells security to be on the lookout. Tony D has been on a rampage. Shout out to DW host for reposting the stream. Tony D's been going absolutely crazy since he's been back. Everybody's on high alert of Tony D. So obviously we got the ring announcer, the commentary team of Vic Joseph and WWE Hall of Famer Booker T. They welcome us, and Ethan Page makes his way down to the ring for the first match of the night. He is going to be defending his WWE NXT North American Championship against Elio LaFour. Shout out to Talk It Up Wrestling Podcast for reposting the stream. Make sure you give Talk It Up Wrestling Podcast a follow on X and also a subscription as well on YouTube. That is the CEO, the head of the table of DWE, Miami the Great, and the co-host is the unseen Blank Queen. Never Seen 17. Final Boss Baby. Make sure you give them a follow on X and a subscription on YouTube. Thanks for the retweet. So we get to the WWE North American championship match between Ethan Page and Elio LaFleur. He's making his NXT debut. The match starts off. The match starts off with both men locking up. I don't know, my notes are like messing up. Sorry, guys. So the match starts off with both men locking up, and shout out to Miami the Great for reposting the stream. And Page sends it in a side headlock. Page then hits a shoulder tackle, and he hits Elio on the top of the head. Page then sends it in another side headlock. Page then hits another shoulder tackle, and Elio hits a springboard head scissors takedown. Page then hits a head scissors, and Elio escapes and pats Page on the top of the head, mocking Ethan Page. So Elio is coming in NXT with a little bit of flair. Elio then hits a body scissors to pull Page over the top rope into the floor. Yeah, Miami's always working. Miami, did you get my text on the we don't actually have to have the winners for the conference championship for the thumb that you made me last week? I texted it to you. It just has the teams that's playing for the NFL conference championship recap next week. So we don't actually have to have the winners for that. Still waiting on Raw, but I think you just put the teams on the divisional from last week. I texted it to you. I'll send it to you in a text or whatever. Yeah, we don't have to have the winners because we're not going to know the winners until after Sunday. So just the 4 teams kind of conference championship recap. You killed that last one. So Elio flips over Page. He hits a round kick as Page avoids a leg sweep. Elio then hits a body scissors to pull Page over the top rope into the floor. Elio then hits a head scissors off the ring steps. Page then stops. We got to figure out a fucking match for Raw. Like, it's like, I don't know why they're keeping everything. Like, Raw usually announces on the Netflix show, which is crazy that they didn't do that this week. I hate like last minute shit. Like, it drives me crazy. It like drives my anxiety up. Page stops Elio on a springboard move and drops him on the turnbuckles. Page then hits a backbreaker onto the turnbuckles. Page hits Elio with a Yakuza kick off the apron into the floor. Page then sends Elio into the apron and punches him. So later on in the match, Page hits a boot to the back and a knee to the head and gets a suplex and sits it in a Boston Crab. Elio gets to the ropes to force a break. This was a really good debut match for Elio LaFleur. Elio hits a swinging suplex for a near fall, goes up top, misses a 450 splash, and rolls through. Page then hits a boot to the head and he gets a near fall. Yeah, I don't either. It's a fatal 4-way, but I don't know. May just have to. I don't know. Yeah, I can't find it either. I mean, they haven't really even announced anyone for the show, which is absolutely crazy. And they don't never do that till like Saturday. So like we're gonna be scrambling like a motherfucker. A lot of shows next week. I'm hoping that like they deliver something. Because I don't even know who's going to be on the show. Like nobody's even advertised. Like nobody's been advertised. Brian Breaker is advertised for next week. He's going to be on the show. Remember, he's going to be. Him and Adam Pearce are going to have like a in-ring segment or whatever. So if all else fails, we might just have to put Brian Breaker on Raw. To be honest with you, that might be the best bet. Because he's going to be on Raw next week. Or just put the Vision like Braun and Logan and Austin Theory and Paul Heyman and who am I leaving out? Logan Paul. Ilya then goes up top and he hits a missile drop kick. I mean, I don't know. I think because Adam Pearce said for Brian Breaker to show up next week. So putting Bronson Reed, Brian Breaker, Logan Paul, Austin Theory would probably. Oh, I didn't know if like you could like plug those into one. I didn't know if you had like a picture of like the Vision or something like that. Yeah, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. It's stressing me out though for sure because I already put your NXT stream in on the thumb you sent. I haven't saved the videos. I haven't looked yet, but the NFL one should be fairly like last week. I mean, you just put the teams and like Stafford and all that. It's four 2 games. So, I don't know what to do for fucking Raw. I don't know. Maybe just put. There's got to be like a picture of the Vision or something like that you can plug into like a Raw. I don't know. It's stressing me out. Paige hits knees up. Paige then gets a near fall. Ilya then hits a Yazuka kick for a near fall. Paige then stops his second Yazuka kick and hits a power bomb and gets the win. But he has a handful of tights. This was a back and forth. Like it kind of looked for a second that Ilya may upset him on his debut, but ultimately Ethan Page is he has been absolutely killing it. I mean, I don't remember the last time. Yeah, I mean, they don't have a match announced, so maybe just put all the people on the Vision. There's got to be like a picture of like Braun and Bronson and Logan and Theory, and Paul Heyman or something. I don't know. That's really the best bet at this point because we have no matches announced. I mean, I'm sure after we do that, then there'd be I'm waiting on the men's Royal Rumble poster to drop as well. That way we can have that for the Royal Rumble recap because the women's dropped. And that's for the Royal Rumble prediction show, which is going to be a fucking monster. So after the match, Ricky Stanks makes his way out and poses in front of Ethan Page. Ricky says they are the glue that holds this place together. Ricky then says he is going to do some commentary, and he tells Page to go to the back and put his feet up. Nice friendly conversation between Ethan Page and Ricky Saints. Vic Joseph then brings up Keanu Carter, who absolutely cleaned house last week, and him being in the breakout tournament. He asked Booker T about some disciplinary issues. We then see Booker T and Keanu Carter, which I didn't even realize that Keanu Carter was on LFG, and I covered it, which is crazy. So Josh Briggs makes his way down to the ring for the next match of the night. This is going to be a qualifying match for that ladder match for the NXT title, as he's going to be going up against LFT Season 2 winner Shiloh Hill. This is for the WWE NXT Championship #1 contenders. Ladder match qualifier Josh Briggs for WWE LFT Season 2 winner Shiloh Hill. Josh and Tilton and turnbuckles. He hits a punch. Hill then hits an Irish whip and shoulder into the corner. Hill hits a forearm to the chest and Josh punches back. Hill then goes up top and he leaps over Josh. Hill then hits a head scissors takedown. Josh then sends Hill to the floor. Josh then hits a boot through the ropes. Hill then hits a shoulder tackle, but he misses an elbow drop. Hill then hits some punches. Josh then hits a hard Irish whip. Josh then returns to the reverse chin lock. sends Hill into the turnbuckles, but Hill hits him, reverses with some punches and a clothesline. Hill then starts to shake and go crazy, the shallowing, and hits a forearm, and then he hits a headbutt and a shoulder tackle. Josh sends Hill to the apron, and Hill hits a forearm. Hill then hits a side slam, and he hits an inward back senton for a near fall. So towards the end of the match, Shallow Hill hits a butterfly hip toss for a near fall. Hill then runs into a boot in the corner. Josh then misses a moonsault, and Shallow Hill hits a belly to back into a neck breaker for the 1, 2, 3. So the winner of season 2, Shallow Hill, getting a big push. He will be in that ladder match for the NXT championship that's coming up. So he secured a spot in the NXT championship ladder match. So shouts out to Shallow Hill. He's the first one to qualify. After the match, Tony D, who's out of control, appears out of nowhere, having seemingly snuck into the building and chokeslams both Griggs and Hill. He then stares down Saints and leaves. Tony D is on a warpath. We head to the back where Soul stops by to talk to Zarya. She says she knew that Zarya was the one to fight for the title. Zarya then asks where was her friend at the end of the match, and Soul says that she was dealing with the Elegance brand. Zarya then says her shoulder is still sore. Soul then says she can do most of the work. Zarya says she might not be at 100%, but if that is why they lose, don't blame her. Is they going to break up or are they going to stay together? But they ended up winning the match. So the Vanity Project then makes their way down to the ring for the next match, and they're followed by Chase U. So we're getting the Vanity Projects, Swipe Right, Brad Baylor, and Ricky Smokes versus Chase U, Uriah Connors, and Kel Dixon. I'm not a big fan of either one of these teams. But we do see Lexus King and also Channing Lorenzo Stacks, and Ariana Grace shows up. Ricky hits a boot, followed by a forearm. Brad then tags in Uriah for making the tag, and Uriah hits an Enziguri. It was a pretty good match, but I just can't really get into these two teams. Uriah hits a super kick to Brad, and Kel gets Brad up, but Ricky pulls Uriah to the floor. Brad then hits a knee, and Ricky hits a double stomp, while Brad has Kel in a reverse DDT position for the 1, 2, 3. Kel Dixon put it all on the line tonight. So the winners of the tag team match, the Vanity Project, Swipe Right, Brad Baylor, and Ricky Smokes. We then see NXT General Manager Ava with Robert Stone. Ava says officers are on the way. Stone then asks if that is too much. All the Vice, they don't know what to do with Tony D at this point. Lola Vice then shows up, and she asks about Izzy Dame. Ava then says Lola is the shining star of AAA. Thea Hale then shows up, and she says she is ready for her rematch. Lola then says she is next in line. Ava then says they will face Izzy Dame in a triple threat match for the title on February 3rd. So it's official. The first NXT after Royal Rumble, the week after Royal Rumble, it'll be a triple threat match for the Women's North American Championship. Izzy Dame will defend her Women's NXT North American Championship against Lola Vice and Thea Hill in a triple threat match. But that will be on February 3rd, the same show that they will crown a new men's NXT champion. So that's the week right after the Rumble, which would be great. That's going to be a big show. So we then see Jared Parker walking in the back. We see Blake Howard interviewing Kiana Carver. Kiana says he is here because he has to be here. Blake then mentions he has a match next week to qualify for the ladder match. Kiana then says he isn't answering any damn questions. Blake then asks about the problems that Kiana had in LFG, and Kiana gets up and leaves. He said, I'm not answering any of your dumb questions. So then we get Miss Parker. So Jada makes her way down to the ring. Jada grabs the mic, starts off by saying she is so happy to be back. She says a few things have changed, but one thing that hasn't changed is her. Jada then says she kept hearing about this new era in NXT. Jada then says she was watching. Jada then says she saw what Kendall Gray did, and Kendall deserves her flowers. Jada then says she saw Blake act like she was owed everything. Jada then says she saw Lola do her stuff. She then says she was not rushing back with excuses to come back. Jada then says standards don't need to talk. Jada then says standards get checked. Jada then says standards get pressed. Jada says they get up again and again. Says she is a standard that will not bend. Do you think they're going to set up a match with him and Hobbs? Who's that? Who's that? I mean, possibly. I think Hobbs is going up to the main roster. But if he comes to NXT, yeah, I mean, 100%. I don't think we see Hobbs until the Rumble, though, Miami, honestly. But that would be great. I'm not sure you're talking about. Are you talking about? You must be talking about. What's his name? I just drew a blank. Oh crap! I don't even know. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Miami. Oh, Kiana Carver. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I mean, if Hobbs is coming to NXT, then yeah, definitely. For sure. So Jada keeps on. She says that she was Jada then says that she is a standard and now that she will not bend. She says she hears all of you. Jada says everybody has something to say and they have their opinions about her. Jada back to NXT. So you think Hobbs is going? The NFL is looking to remove a preseason game in favor of increasing the regular season to 18 games. Oh, great. That'd be great. We'll have fucking 18 shows. Jada then talks about the people who criticize her. Jada then says she is not going to lie to you. Jada then says there are days when she cannot get a break and she has someone in her ear telling her to do better. Jada then says she might not be able to catch a break, but she catches eyes. Definitely does that. Jada then says she catches your attention. Jada then says when she walks in a room, she promises you that you are going to feel it. Jada then says the room gets a little tighter. Jada then says the air gets a little harder to breathe. Jada then says that isn't the dust. Jada then says that is the pressure. Jada then says she will show what she is capable of. Jada then says she carries herself because she deserved every inch of space. Jada then says she will not dim her light because someone feels unsafe next to her. So you think that Hobbs is going to NXT? I mean, he could. I thought he may go to the main roster, but I don't think we'd see him until the Royal Rumble. I think he ends up appearing at the Royal Rumble, to be honest with you, Miami. But I mean, yeah, like he could have a few with them. I mean, anything's possible at this point. The lights didn't go out, and Jada's like, "Oh my god, here we go." Yeah, Jada Parker. Ever since she's been back, she's been on fire. You know, I said on Scoops, I think it was 2 Sundays ago, Wrestling RUS podcast asked me when she would return. I told him that night. And also mentioned the feud with Blake Monroe. I'm loving what Jada Parker's doing right now. Blake Monroe then demands her spotlight and she appears on the balcony. Blake then says the lights can go back on again. Blake says if you made a grave mistake interrupting her last week. Blake then says who better to interrupt than her? Blake then says you're just talk. Blake then says you don't get to come back and stand in her way. Jada then says Blake talks so much because if she stopped talking, she might have something to prove. She then says, at the end of the day, who does she have to deal with? So things are getting super heated between Blake Monroe and Jada Parker. So not next week on NXT because they're still having qualifying matches, and obviously we're gonna see a tag title match on NXT next week. Dark State's gonna defend against OTM, but that February 2nd or February 3rd NXT is going to be fucking lit. We're gonna have that ladder match to determine the NXT Men's Champion. Izzy Dame is going to be defending against Lola Vice and Thea Hill. And I would expect also that we could possibly see Blake Monroe against Jada Parker at that February 3rd NXT. So that's not this coming up week, man, but the next. So like that's the week after the Rumble. So that'll be a huge NXT. We then see Ilya the 4 in the back, thanking Ava for the opportunity. Ava then says he will get more opportunities. Miles Borland congratulates Ilya on his performance. Ricky Sampson walks past and says he has to do some commentary and watch, unlike Tony. Miles then tells Ricky he will see Ricky in the ladder match after his match with Dion Lennox, which will be next week on NXT. Shout out to 103 people. Wow. That's a fucking little record for NXT. Popping in here for NXT tonight. Ethan Page then asks which Miles Bourne we will see next week. He then tells Miles that he knows what he has to do. So could we be seeing a Miles Bourne heel turn? I think that's the right way to go. I love Miles Bourne. So does Stephanie Bakor. He is lucky as hell. Shawn Legacy makes his way down to the ring for the next match of the night, and Eli Knight follows. So this is another qualifying match for that ladder match for the NXT Championship. Ricky Sampson joins the announce desk once again. This is for the WWE NXT Championship #1 contender ladder match qualifier. The match starts off with both men locking up. This match was, I don't know, it was kind of boring to me, honestly. Shawn then hits a dropkick that sends Eli to the floor. Shawn then hits a suicide dive, hits a springboard crossbody for a near fall. Shawn then hits chops. Eli hits a dropkick and he sets up for a dive to the floor, but Shawn moves. Eli then hits a side moonsault, gets a near fall. Eli then blocks a suplex attempt. Shawn then blocks a suplex attempt by Eli. Both men then go back and forth. You're up today. Yeah, I mean, man, next week, bro, like, gonna be big, bro. It's Rumble week next week. Obviously this week's big, but I still got 3 episodes when I'm done. Obviously I'm super bummed that fucking NFL didn't generate those clips. Like, StreamYard didn't mess up one time. Like, those shorts would have been so fucking good. That was such a good show. I'm so disappointed. Sucks really bad. I really wanted those shorts to generate, but of course, the first time in like weeks it didn't generate a stream. Eli then blocks. Oh damn, I'm gonna have to go in there and clear out some stuff after this week because I think I'm around like 30 hours or something like that. I forgot to tell you that one on stream. I'll wait till after this week though. I mean, I got fucking shows every fucking day. Someone talk shit. I show people you get number to remind me up. Yeah, I mean, this is the most I've had in NXT. Like, I had 40 views on YouTube last week. But I think I had Stampede in for Raw. My Raw views last week, like on YouTube, man, I went from 280, 256. I think I had like 9 last night. It's crazy. That's like super low. But I mean, I changed the time and everything, so I don't know. Anyway, back to the match. Eli then goes up top. He goes for a moonsault, but Sean gets his beat up. Sean then hits a twisted take TKO. Yeah, I know. Of course the motherfucker is when I don't have him for 50 points in the 50 piece. But I hope you get it, though. I saw he had like 12 or 13 straight points. So the winner of the WWE NXT Championship #1 contender. Oh, it's for the jackpot, not for me. I'll see how it is, Miami. Damn, bro. He got 28 already? Motherfucker. That motherfucker, man. He should have gave me the jackpot like a week ago, man. That dude had like 40 going to the fourth quarter, man. I thought you was up for me. You're up for that damn jackpot. After the match, Sean and Eli are about to shake hands, but Tony D. What's going on, Stampede? Shout out to Stampede. WWE NXT North American title match. Ethan Page with Elo the floor, 8.25 out of 10. I agree. I loved it. Whatever, fool. WWE NXT title qualify. You hate NXT. You don't even really like NXT, Miami, do you? WWE NXT qualifying match. Josh Briggs with Shiloh Hill, 7 out of 10. Yeah, I hope you hit tonight, brother. I agree with both of those, Stampede. I love Shiloh Hill. I love that they're giving him a push. You ain't gonna love me after next week. Cause all these damn thongs, all these shows back to back, it's gonna be crazy as hell. But like I said, guys, and I told Stampede this, cause he did ask me about this on the stream last time, Miami. I don't think you were on here. When NFL is over, if Miami's cool with it and he's able to do thumbs and stuff, I will start doing a TNA recap show once the NFL season is over. I'll start watching it, and we'll probably do it like on a Thursday night or something like that, because I have an opening that night, and that way I won't have a double header until NFL starts back up, or LFG. I don't know when. Does Stampede, are you aware when LFG season 3 is going to start? WWE NXT title qualifying match. Sean Legacy for Eli Knight, 7.25 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I don't really know them very well, so it was hard for me to get into that. Legacy and Knight were great signings. They have tons of experience coming in. That's good. It's good to know. I love NXT. I've only been watching it about 6 months, but I'm like I used to hate JC Jane, but like I don't know. I'm not saying she's the greatest wrestler, but her swag, like her heel presence, like I don't know. It's just something about her. That's my queen. After the match, Sean and Eli are about to shake hands, but Tony attacks them and sends Sean into the ring. He sends Eli to the floor. Not ID. LFG. There's been 2 seasons of it. That's where Shiloh Hill came from. And Danny Ray or Skylar Ray and also Jasper Troy, they all came from LFG. Tony then chokeslams Sean to announce death. Tony then stands to the center of the ring. Ava makes her way to ringside with the police. And she's staring a hole through Tony D, and he's staring back. Tony then leaves the ring, and he is put in handcuffs, and he assumes the position for the police. I actually do see Ricky and Ethan joining up together. I do, honestly, because they're like the 2 big, huge heels now on NXT. But Miles Bourne is like a baby Randy Orton. Obviously, we know that. Oh, the fucking Tony's a fucking savage now. Miles Bourne reminds me a lot of Randy Orton. Obviously, he's dating Stephanie McCoy, but I think he needs that heel turn. I mean, that guy, he's already the luckiest man alive for dating Stephanie McCoy, but I definitely think he needs that heel turn. I don't know though. There's a lot of heels that's going for this title. Yeah, Miles Bourne and Stephanie McCoy have been together for a while. Yep, she's all over his Instagram. Lucky bastard. She is mega fine. You didn't know that? Oh, you like him in his face. That's Randy's son. Yeah, he looks like him, man. That's so fucking crazy. I mean, I love Miles Bourne. I wanted him to win the title a while back. I mean, he had a good match. He had a couple good matches against Oba. I lost my place. All right, so we see NXT General Manager Ava Robert Stone. Obviously, I already announced that about the triple threat on February 3rd. That's going to be banging. Looking forward to that. Let's see. Looking forward to Jada, Parker, and Blake. That's going to fucking cook. Where the hell was I? My notes are all fucking scammed up with all these videos and everything I got in here. All right, so Tony got arrested. Then we take a look at Izzy Dame. She said winning the title was the reason they formed the Cullens. She then says they took advantage of the week. Sean then says he is impressed with Izzy and Nico. Nico then says she ran the plan perfectly. Nico then says it is time for him and Spears to do the same and go after the tag title. So they want all the gold in the Cullen. He then says they will let Dark State and OTM fight it out, and then they will have a clear path to the titles. We then head to the back where Tony D is led out of the building. Ava tells Tony he left her no choice. Blake Howard then asks Tony why did he do what he did, but the police tell Blake no more questions. Tony is taken away in the SUV. I love what they're doing with Tony D since he's been back. Shout out to 123 viewers on NXT show. Bronco Neiman, Lucy, and Price show up, and Price pushes Blake. Price then says they are coming for the tag titles. Neiman then says they are not here to look, they are here to take. He then says put the titles on the line next week. Jackson then asks some woman if they are impressed with the win tonight. So it sets up OTM going up against Dark State next Tuesday on NXT for the tag titles. So Jackson Drake, obviously the Evolve champion, he's trying to hit up all the ladies in the back. Brad then says Chase Hughes in a real school. Drake then says to watch next week when he has in a qualifying match. Robert Stone then shows up and says that Drake will face Joe Hendry next week. The Monster Game didn't have a silence about it. Yes, Tony D's character is. They got to put the title on that man soon. Like one of them. I don't think Ethan Page is dropping, so I think the NXT champion with this new character, Tony D, has got to be the way to go. So next week, we're gonna see Drake go one-on-one with Joe Henry in a qualifying match for that NXT championship ladder match. Joe then says he would have loved to get his hands on Tony D, and he is looking forward to facing Drake next week. Man, Luke could be killing me with that shit, bro. He should have got 50. He's gonna get 50. He'll get 50 tonight. Osiris and Saquon then talk about OTM and how they're going to take care of them next week. Cutler James, formerly from LFG, then says they better keep Tony D'Angelo in jail because he will be safer there. Deion Lennox then says 32 at halftime. Holy fuck, yeah, he's getting 50 tonight. Because Deion then says Miles Bourne is their next victim next week, and he will qualify for the title match. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Joe Hendry at all. He's on my thumb next week only because there are several matches. But I tend to not. Is the game closed, Miami? Because normally they pull him when he gets like 40. I'm not a big fan of Joe Hendry either, Stampede. It is announced that next week, Andre Chase faces Keanu Carver in a qualifying match for that NXT ladder match kit. Expect Keanu Carver to be in that fucking ladder match. Joe Henry will take on the WWE Evolved Men's Champion Jackson Drake, and Dion Lennox will go one-on-one with Miles Bourne. That's what I have on my thumb for next week, those 3 matches for next week. So my motherfucking queen, JC James, and the Fatal Influence music kit, they make their way down to the ring for the main event of the night against Zaruka and Ren QCC. TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship Triple Threat #1 Contenders match. Zaruka and Zarya versus Ren Sinclair, WWE Women's Evolved Champion, and soon to be at one point, soon, NXT Women's Champion Kendall Gray at some point, because I do believe JC Jane will be coming up to the main roster after WrestleMania. Versus Fatal Influence's WWE Women's, which I completely forgot she's the WWE Women's Speed Champion, Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed. Nightmare Tag Team, Joey Henry and Jey Uso. I believe in Yeet Henry. That we should clip that, Miami. I believe in Yeet Henry. Hopefully that gets clipped on my shorts. I believe in Yeet Henry. Clap, clap. Hopefully that gets clipped. He might not get 50 then, I don't know. Well, hopefully that gets clapped. I know not clipped. Nightmare Tag Team, Joe Henry and Jey Uso. I believe in Yeet Henry. That shit's funny as fuck, Stampede. Hopefully I get that shit on a short tonight. That'd be funny. I'll have to say it again before the show ends. So the match starts off with a series of near falls from Kendall Gray. Saul then gets a roll up. Kendall also gets a near fall. Saul then, I'm pissed about NFL, man. That was a fucking phenomenal show, and it did not fucking generate. I'm pissed. That would have been some excellent shorts for the page. Gray then rolls through, and Ren tags in, and Ren chops Zarya, and so does Gray. They then chop Zarya and hit a double belly to back. Ren then hits a splash and a butterfly suplex on Reed for a near fall. Zarya then cinches in a waist lock, and Fallon tags in. Reed then hits a splash. Zarya pulls Fallon to the floor, and she avoids. JC Jane goes for the clothesline on Zarya. She avoids it. Zarya slams Ren and tags in Soul. Lainey and Fallon then clothesline Zarya and Soul over the top rope. Fallon swings around the post and kicks Zarya. Lainey Reed then hits a suicide dive to Zarya. Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair then hit moonsaults to the floor. Kendall gets a near fall on Soul and sends Soul into the turnbuckle, and we get a tag into Ren Sinclair. Kendall and Ren then hit elbows into the corner. Ren cinches in a chin lock, and Gray hits a drop kick. Zarya then hits a clothesline to Kendall Gray, and Fallon cinches in a sleeper, but Zarya backs Fallon into the corner. Zarya then stops Gray, and she applies a chin lock on the turnbuckles. Everyone then tags in, and Reed punches Soul. Ren then hits some punches and elbows to Lainey Reed and Zaruka. This is when the match starts getting crazy. Reed goes for a slam, but Gray escapes and gets a near fall. Zaruka hits a splash to break up the hold. Then Soul also gets a near fall. Soul, Reed, and Gray then exchange chops and forearms. Gray and Reed then hit a double kick to Soul. Gray then hits an overhead belly to belly suplex. Soul then hits a springboard X Factor. Soul then sends Fallon to the floor. So Soul hit a double Soul Snatcher. That fucking move is fucking phenomenal. I believe in Yeet Henry. Zaruka and Zarya versus Kendall Gray, Ren Sinclair versus Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed. 8.55. Absolutely amazing match. My 12th highest ranked match of the year for 2020. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was fucking good. Do you expect Soul and Zarya to win those TNA knockout titles? I haven't been watching TNA. I'm supposed to start watching it, obviously, because I'm going to be doing a recap show here starting in a few weeks. So, probably about 3-4 weeks from now. Hopefully they do. So hits the Soul Snatcher on both of them. Gray hits a shit. Before that, Kendall Gray hits a shade of Gray to Zari for near fall. JC then takes care of Gray. Ren then hits a drop kick to my queen, JC Jane. Reed then hits a crucifix bomb to Zarya. Zarya sends Fallon into Reed. Zarya then counters for an F5, but Fallon counters with the DDT. Reed then pulls Fallon off of Zarya. Soul then hits the double Soul Snatcher. And Zarya hits an F5 to Fallon Henley for the 1, 2, 3. And Soul, Ruka, and Zarya have won the triple threat, and they are the new #1 contender to the TNA Knockout World Tag Team Championship. I don't know when that match will happen, but expect Soul, Ruka, and Zarya. They gotta break them up. They've been teasing that shit. They've been teasing it for fucking ever, bro. Like, I talk about it every single show. Like, are they gonna break up? They gonna stay together? Like, what are they gonna do after the match? Yeah, I agree. Vic, I've been talking about the breakup forever. After the match, I think TNA should leave the titles on TNA Talent. The Elegance brand will get a nice little rub beating Soul and Zarya. I do like the Elegance brand, so yeah, I could see that maybe, and that's where the Soul Zarya split just starts to completely like we need it. Like they've been teasing it too much. After the match, Big Joseph notes that Dark State versus OTM is made official for next week. Soul and Zarya celebrate and hug as the show comes to a close. So that is it, guys. I would give NXT a 7.5. Yeah, Soul's coming up for sure. I expect Soul in the Rumble. Maybe even Zarya, I don't know, but definitely Soul is going to be in the Rumble for sure. So that is it, guys. Shout out to everyone in the comments tonight, whether you're on YouTube. I love seeing the YouTube comments because that really helps the stream. I'm still super bummed about fucking NFL. Hopefully this one will. I believe in Yeet Henry. I'm definitely getting a fucking short of that. Shout out to Miami the Great, Stampede, the Wise Man, WWE Reg. Zarya very untapped as a single dresser since she's signed tons of talent. Oh, she's got immense talent. Very, 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 very immense talent. Anyway, guys, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everyone from DWE. Obviously, the CEO, the head of the table, Miami the Great. The Unseen Bling, Never Seen 17, Bling Queen, whatever. She got so many nicknames. Final Boss Baby, Director Red, World of Greg, After the Slam Podcast. Also, shout out to Gimmick Table Media. Prayers out to Autumn. Obviously, I'm not going to put her personal business out there, but she's experienced a loss. So everyone, prayers out to Autumn. She is a part of Gimmick Table Media and the Wrestling Divas podcast. So all of us here, especially DWE, want to extend our condolences to Autumn and her family through this difficult, rough time. I've been there. October 20th, I lost my mother, so I completely understand. But you ever need anything, EVP is always just a message away. But shout out to the Wrestling Divas podcast and Autumn. And as she goes through this difficult time with her family. Also kicking out at 2 podcasts, Suds and Square Circle Media, who will be joining on the EVP show Thursday night, and also will be joining for the Royal Rumble predictions. As I'm unaware if Autumn will be able to make it, which I completely understand if she cannot. But yeah. Also kicking out at 2 podcasts as well from if I'm leaving anybody out, I'm sorry. It's just so many fucking ones to remember. But I'll be back, guys. Thanks to the 135 people tuning in. I will be back to tell you where you can find me on my socials and what I have coming up next, because I have a lot of shit coming up next.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, Show Recap Prediction Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. I believe in Yeet Henry. Stampede, you starting a trend now. I'm gonna have to say that shit on every show, so make sure I get a fucking make sure that I get a short out of it. Shout out to Stampede for that. That show was funny as fuck. Miami, appreciate everything as always. 134 viewers. Whether I don't know, like if that's gonna stimulate to YouTube, hopefully it does. But between me and my ex and Miami's ex and my YouTube, we have 134 viewers, which is the most I've had on a stream on NXT in a long time. This show and Sunday Scoops seems to be the ones that I have the most problems with, but obviously I do that right in the middle of fucking football. I think I had 85. But my Raw show last night, like, I don't even think I got close to 100. That was crazy. Like, normally, it do now stream. Yeah, I know. But it was the best show ever. Like, fuck, man. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, the NFL, like, that's where a lot of the big hits come from on the shorts. That's we have a couple over 1K views on the NFL, and I think I have one from Sunday Scoops about Jericho. But yeah, so shout out to everyone. Thank you guys for coming in for the NXT recap doubleheader Tuesday. We only have a couple of more doubleheader Tuesdays until NFL season is over, and then I will be starting a TNA recap show on Thursdays. So the EVP show might lose a show until next NFL season, but I will be picking up a show. Gotta still keep pumping that fucking content, grinding, putting that work in. As far as my socials go, you can see at the bottom of the screen. Everything, links are all in my bio. On X, you can follow me at EVPCJP. Instagram, same handle, lowercase at EVPCJP. TikTok at Brady the Goat 21. And most importantly, last but not least, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at the EVP Show. If you guys are not already subscribed, I'm getting so close to 200 subscribers. Please retweet on X if you see my YouTube channel, repost the streams, and please go back and like this stream and leave comments, because that helps my YouTube channel, it helps my streams, it helps the algorithm, it helps me get to where I'm trying to get with this channel. So yeah, it's up there in the top right corner, and obviously at the EVP Show. So shout out to everyone for doing that. The links are also all in my bio, as it says at the bottom. So tomorrow night, join me at 10 p.m. Eastern for a new show last season, which I just said earlier that it has already been leaked that there's going to be a season 3 of Unreal that's going to just basically be covering John Cena's retirement tour. But season 1, I actually did a pre-recorded video, and it's up. It's been up on my channel forever. It's got like close to 200 views on YouTube. But tomorrow night at 10 p.m. for the first time ever, I will be going live to do a WWE Season 2 Unreal recap show. It will probably be 2.5 hours, so I'm sure I won't get many shorts out of it because StreamYard's a bitch sometimes. But I'm going to be covering. I have 3 more episodes to watch tonight. We'll be watching after this stream so I can get caught up on it. And I'll be streaming live. I might watch one tomorrow. I don't have anything going on, so I might not watch them all tonight because I got to do the shorts and stuff for NXT. But 10 p.m. Eastern, join me for the season 2 of WWE Unreal recap show at 10 p.m. tomorrow. Then Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, Join me and Suds and Squared Circle Media at 7 p.m. Eastern as we do the Saturday night main event prediction show that has 3 matches. So I don't know how long that show is gonna go, but 3 matches, tough. But we're gonna make it work, and obviously it's Suds' first time on the EVP show, so we'll do the best we can. Hopefully we get some people in here. It's gonna be 3 banger matches at Saturday night main event. Friday, I'll be back again for the go home show of Saturday night main event, 11:30 p.m. Eastern for the SmackDown recap. Then Saturday, after Saturday night main event is over, I'm back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the Saturday night main event recap. And to top that off, come back Sunday to the EVP show at 6 p.m. Eastern before the NFC Championship game. Tune in to the EVP show for Sunday night Scoot with the EVP. That will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Sunday. And that will complete the rest of this week going into Royal Rumble week next week. So I have a stream Monday. I have 2 streams Tuesday. Then we have Royal Rumble predictions Wednesday. And I have SmackDown Friday. And then I have Royal Rumble recap Saturday. So we'll have Thursday and Sunday off of Royal Rumble week. Not Thursday and Sunday, Thursday and I'll just have Thursday off on Royal Rumble week. So I'll have one day off period. In the next 2 weeks. And that's going to be the Thursday of Royal Rumble week. Unless something just so happens to pop up. But yeah. So I will see you guys tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern for the WWE Season 2 Unreal Recap Show. I am the EVP of the EVP show and the Golden Boy of DWE. And shout out to the 140 viewers that we have on the NXT Recap tonight. And we are the ones. Good night, everybody. I'll see you guys for the Season 2 Unreal Recap Show tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. Tune in. You don't want to miss it.